Social media used as a positive plot point? Who knew? Hi everyone, I'm Jacob, I'm the CowHatLibrarian, and this video has been a long time coming. As you can see, we've rearranged our downstairs here, and I've been trying to figure out how to set up to record things. And I think I've been trying my library's patience, because this particular book I've had on hold through a full loan, 2 renewal periods, and I believe I'm 4 days overdue beyond that now, and I think they're probably pretty tired of my nonsense. So I'd better talk about the book and get it back to them in a hurry. And it is The Other Side of Imani by Lisa Springer. As our story starts, Lisa and her family have moved to Brooklyn. Her dad owns a Caribbean food truck that her parents work at, and she and her siblings move along with the family to the big city. And while her siblings seem fine with the prospect of being there and attending school, Imani's kind of nervous and she's not really sure about this whole new school thing. But she does have something to keep her busy. Imani designs clothes for herself. Imani's actually quite a designer, and she has sketchbooks filled with her designs, and she takes inspiration from her parents' heritages. And she really likes working with fabric and materials and such. And so when she goes to school and learns that they actually have a clothes designing contest, that the prize is a scholarship to a fairly prestigious school, she's all over it. This sounds wonderful. And to top things off, she meets a new friend who is also very interested in designing clothes. This girl, Harley, is the daughter of a fairly well-known New York designer, and she's hoping to follow in her mother's footsteps. And so the two of them start talking fashion and design, and while Imani likes Harley and likes being able to talk fashion with someone, she does have to warn Harley a couple times that she's pulling these influences in from other cultures and not giving any credit to them, not giving any weight to what the designs mean in their native context. And she's kind of committing cultural appropriation. And Imani tries to talk to her about these things, and Harley sort of listens but doesn't seem to take it all in. And they continue on. Well, a little while after Imani starts at her new school, she spends a day at Harley's home where they work on their designs for the contest together. And in the aftermath, Harley can't find her favorite design notebook. She searches everywhere at her home, in the food truck, and school, and can't find it, and she's convinced she left it at Harley's house. But when she asks Harley about it, Harley says, "No, you must have left it somewhere else." So at a very late time in the contest, Imani has to recreate the design she intended for it. And when she hands it in, she's informed that she's plagiarized Harley's contest entry. And she has to fight back. Now, she obviously appeals things and tries to work behind the scenes on getting herself back into the contest. Meanwhile, Imani has also created a new social media account for a girl named Estelle, who, behind this thin veneer of being someone else, can say all the things Imani wants to say. And so Estelle shares these wonderful new designs online and talks about treating people right and talks about cultural appropriation and is fairly outspoken about different issues. And Imani watches as Estelle's popularity grows and grows among the student population. But Imani's been doing this without the knowledge of her parents. She's managing it through an iPad she borrows from school over the weekend and help from her brother, who helps her install the social media app that isn't supposed to be on them. And so all of these things come together. Imani attempts to get back into the contest and cleared of the plagiarism charge. Imani presenting herself as Estelle on this social media channel and trying to keep it from her parents while building Estelle's following and saying the things she wants to say and coming up with new replacement designs for the ones that were in the misplaced notebook. I liked it. I liked Imani as a character. I liked her dedication to her hobby and her passion, and that it seemed very, very well realized. It's a good representation of that virtuous cycle some of us fall into, where we have these things building on each other. Our interest leads to skill, our skill leads to more opportunity leads to more interest, and so on. And that cycle is really well conveyed here. The betrayal of a friend doing something like this to you and the fear of being caught cheating when you know you haven't done anything wrong. That's a universal experience, and it's really, really well portrayed here. I really liked the cultural background for Imani's character, and it seemed to me to hit the sweet spot where her ancestry and her parents' food and their connections to their heritage as expressed through her clothing designs was all really well realized, and it was important to her, but it didn't take over the story with unrelated things. I once criticized Mexikid, which I loved, because at the beginning of the book there was a 2-page spread explaining the difference between the characters' Mexican name and their American name. But then the dual names never came up in the whole story. It would have been one thing if we'd seen these characters at home and at school and in Mexico, and we saw the contrast in how they were treated and how they were named between the two different cultures, but that really wasn't a factor at all. Whereas I think everything displayed here is a factor in who Imani is and how the events of this book affect her. I really, really liked it. With that said, it wasn't perfect. There are spoilers ahead because I have to talk about the deal breaker. The deal breaker is simply this. After 4.5 years of running this channel, I have a grand total of 83 subscribers, and I have no illusions about what my actual reach is. Imani, though, creates this Estelle account, and it is instantly popular. Everyone in school knows about it, and Estelle's attracting all this attention, and everyone thinks she's a good designer and really, really smart and saying these great things, and that has never been my experience in any social media channel. Yes, this design contest is, popular, but is it something everyone in their school is going to be interested in? Really? It felt a little bit like the plot of High School Musical, where the drama kids are the cool kids in the school, and everyone is just so invested in this musical and who's going to be in it. And again, that really hasn't been my experience. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe her high school is just a place that attracts people who are very, very much interested in textile and clothing design and so on. But it felt a little unrealistic that Estelle would gain this much traction and be universally loved and so on in that short a time to make an impact like this. Still, I liked it a lot. If you were looking for read-alikes, in tone, I would say it's sort of similar to Ready, Set, Dough, about the girl who's selling cookie dough for a contest to win a new laptop computer that she can use to further her ambitions of being a writer. Both characters are similarly driven, trying to win a contest, doing things that their parents don't necessarily know about. That one doesn't have as much on the social media side and the betrayal of a friend, but I think there's lots to like there. If your family liked the movie Cruella, you'll probably like stuff here, because the idea of the fashion controversy and this hidden influencer designer showing up out of nowhere and wowing everyone is very, very similar as well. I liked it. I recommend it. Go borrow it from your public library. While I'm on that topic, if you use and appreciate the services offered by your public library, why not take just 1 minute and tell the powers that be exactly that? Tell your mayor, tell a council member, tell your MP or MLA that you use and appreciate the services offered by your public library. We're at a time where some public libraries are having trouble finding sustainable funding to continue improving the materials, programs, and services they offer. And a few good words in the writers might make a world of difference. Now, if by some chance you're a library staff member, don't forget, watching my videos counts as professional development time. With that, thanks for listening to me design a reason for you to read this book. By all means, please like, please subscribe, and please check back to see what else I have to talk about from the CowHat Library. Thank you. Bye now.